I just want to give you an idea of what we're already seeing out here by The Hague in Norfolk. The water already overflowing onto the streets. In fact, in some areas, if I walk right back here, the water is almost a foot deep right now. And then looking out behind me, if you can see this over here, The Hague, I can't even tell where it begins and ends and where the sidewalk begins and ends. The sewers are already getting clogged up. Same goes for the drains, and the drains that are not clogged at this point are working on the very hard area right now. But if I go down here just on the curb, I mean, unfortunately the water is way past my boots, so it's seeping in right now, but this is well over a foot. This is what Ghent residents are waking up to. I want to show you down here on Bodetot Street is probably about 100 yards away right now. Take a look at all this in Matthews County. There are a lot of low-lying areas all over here. This is Bethel Beach Road in particular. It has looked like this all day, and these low-lying areas right near the bay, Matthews County schools were very worried about them. They knew they had to get their kids home early, so they let them out at noon, and it's a good thing they did, because right here it's only a few inches. It's been going down a lot, but if I walked just right back here a little closer to the road, I mean, I'm getting much closer to about 12 inches deep. So for some people, they expect this. They've lived here a while, they know what to do, but for others, it did catch them by surprise. Sheriff's Office, they told us they're watching the low-lying areas of the county like this, also Onemo, New Point, Port Haywood, and Perry. Of course, the people that live here say, we're used to this, this is nothing new, but what about the people that aren't from here?
El agua trepa 1 a 2 metros. La gente que se ha quedado en las casas es la que tiene un piso superior o una terraza. Claro. Y se ha armado una carpita en la terraza. Parece que no hay nadie, pero las casas están con gente. Algunas se han quedado familias enteras y otra gente a cuidar. Porque la gente tiene miedo, como siempre en estos casos, a los saqueos. Miren. Donde está aquel farolito, estamos al costado de la basílica. No voy a hacer caminar mucho más. La gente que viene a conocer, a pasear. La vera del río, los recreos, el parque de diversiones, está totalmente bajo agua. Van a ver la fuerza que trae. Sí. Por momentos te desestabiliza. Hay que hacerlo con cierta cautela. Les estaba comentando que hay gente que se ha evacuado en las casas de sus familiares. Otra está en las casas esperando en la zona de la plaza. Ahora van a ir viendo la postal esta. Por momentos parece Venecia esto. Sí. Todo iluminado, todos esos farolitos que dan en el agua. No hay nadie. Un vallado de seguridad que separa esta zona, por eso no hay gente, que separa esta zona muy comprometida de esta calle, que es una de las calles principales. Es la calle San Martín. Es una calle comercial, a partir de ahí hay restaurantes, locales, y sienten que la voz se conmueve por frío. Bueno, así pinta la ciudad, así pinta Luján. Esto es una bolsa de arena, claro. Son bolsas, son defensas que se ponen para parar el curso del agua en las entradas, en los portales, en los lugares para evitar que entre. Bueno, todas las bolsas que estaban ubicadas a lo largo de esta calle, la 9 de julio, volaron. La correntada se las lleva, ¿entendés? Entonces hay varias de estas que quedan como bajo el agua. Hay que tener cuidado de no caerse.
Sí, una forma, digamos, extemporánea, arcaica,
las santerías, ¿no?
Porque
sí, no bueno, pero cada uno hace lo que puede. Sí, claro, fíjate que todas estas...
a esta altura ya llega hasta la cintura. ¿Cómo haces con los chicos? ¿Tenés chicos?
Tengo 2 nenas, una de 4 años y una de 10. Las tengo recién, me dejaron entrar al colegio.
Acá el agua casi llegando a la ventana de esta casa. Y encima, lo que nos advierten los vecinos, hay zanjas. De repente uno se hunde, es calle de tierra con zanja. Y por supuesto que el agua no permite ver dónde pisa. Pero hasta la cintura. Los chicos completamente tapados por el agua. Y tratando de valerse de un bote para poder zafar la situación. Muy profundo, ¿eh? Ahora ya entramos. Esto es la inundación por dentro, exactamente lo que viven los vecinos. Las puertas cerradas con llave y esto responde a la inseguridad en el lugar.
Mamma mia.
Io ti faccio vedere come io ho il seminterrato e hanno quasi raggiunto tutta la finestra.
Mi dicevano.
Io ero venerdì a casa.
Crede quindi che è soltanto colpa dell'eccezionalità dell'evento?
No, assolutamente no, ma chi vogliono pigliare in giro? La gente si è stufata di essere presa in giro. Io sono 10 anni che abito qua e più.
Aqui na Vila Itaim, boa parte das ruas está desse jeito, completamente tomada pela água. Essa outra rua, na madrugada de... Murinhos como este foram construídos para tentar evitar que a água invada as residências. É o caso da Natália, mas aqui não teve jeito.
Just checking out the water there by the windmill at Raisbury. And that's actually the bowls club. Not many bowls playing at the moment, but nevertheless, it's a terrific place. And normally you can walk through here, but obviously at the moment you can't. But lots of fun to be had in the water if you've got your wellies with you.
Ultimately close to going through.
Go up towards there. God. No, definitely the wrong boots, man.
Doing the other one. Shit.
Kansas. All right. Pardon me, this is the sand and the sea foam is coming at me right now. This is the sea foam that I was talking about before, but before it was way out to sea and just kind of blowing in.
My hat just flew off. You guys caught me running to the live truck to try to get my other hat because it flew off into this lovely puddle here. So excuse me if I look a little wet.
The sea foam, not only it tastes like sea. I got to get out of this. Hang on.
So there goes that. Yep, we're gonna let that one go. That's another one. That's number 2 for today.
Oh, here we come. There's that awful sea foam.
No, a lot of wind here. I'm
gross.
keeping an eye on the trees because I can't really see what's going on around me. So I'm just trying to, if you see me looking around, that's because I'm trying to protect my head, really. That's what we're trying to look out for here. Let me get through this little breeze here. Little breeze, right? Yeah,
Misery to low-lying residents and business owners. A sense of civic pride among locals was coming. Sandbags have been hard to come by, they say, despite the Borough Council's insistence that it made 35,000. As a political blame game broke out in Westminster between the government and the Environment Agency, the scale of the flooding has prompted hard questions here about the willingness of the...
In this kind of way. There are actually 6 flood warnings in place in Essex alone and another 2 on the River Cam in Cambridgeshire, where they're having apparently the worst flooding for 20 years. People have got sandbags like this, 4,000 of them delivered in this area. The trouble is the pattern of flooding is different, which means they don't know where to put them until it's really too late.
That holds about a gallon of water, and I'm holding this because I'm going to fill it up because I've contacted Cape Fear Community College and they're going to test this water for us actually after it fills up. Now it'll take about 2 days to get the results of the testing back, but I want you to take a look at this water. It's nowhere near filled. We're going to get it there even deeper out here, and then it falls off. So I'm actually going to stop walking right here because somewhere over here it actually falls off and gets even deeper. We're going to stay on top of this. We'll be back with you at 5. I want to point something out. Do you see this wall behind me right here? Well, that wall that's underwater is 2.5 feet tall. So only imagine what this one is. It's like maybe another half a foot, but that is 2.5 feet tall underwater. Now, I want to walk over here and show you. We've got cars that are still trying to drive through. We've seen a few that have gotten stuck, but Kerbet is a homeowner right here and flooded out there, as you can see, in the roads. You know, as Kerbet was selfless and is getting people things they need, let's give him Ashley, hello. You can see I'm standing what is now in the ocean. You know, when I was standing here about 15 minutes ago, water had not even reached my feet. Now it's a different story. High tide comes in at 5:30, and that is why the town of Curry Beach will have that meeting coming up at 4:30, deciding if they want to declare a state of emergency. Now, I already talked to town officials. They gave me the go-ahead to call them back at 4:45. They will have an answer for us, and we'll let you know about that. But again, high tide coming in at 5:30 means that beach erosion could be potentially an issue as high tide comes in for the next few days. It could really hit the dunes and affect those. Take a look at the sand. We were kind of feeling around here. It's very moist. So your sand castles might last longer, but your patience are going to thin pretty quick out here. I've had a lot of you write messages, hey, should I come to the beach this weekend? You know, that's really your call, but I would say it's going to be a very messy weekend out here, so we'll continue to track things. We will keep you updated on the town of Curry Beach if they declare that state of emergency.
Prachtige plaatjes, en als dit giethoorn was, zou er niets aan de hand zijn. Maar dit horen wegen te zijn, niet rivieren.
Je vindt helemaal niemand in deze dorpjes. De mensen hier zijn al 5 weken niet thuis geweest. Het is onmogelijk om binnen te komen. Het is ook onmogelijk om hier rond te komen als je geen goed vervoer hebt. Maar gelukkig wil Andrew hier mij vandaag een lift geven.
Overstromingen zijn ze hier gewend, maar door aanhouden Joe en weer en tegen. Ze komen kijken hoe het huis erbij staat. Zij heeft lieslaarzen aan, hij niet.
Well, it's getting close. That's as far as I'm going. No, that is at the tops of the waves.
En dan komt Joe terug.
What does it look like? Well,
Even later komt buurman Nigel langs.